What I looked for in an area to move to in Arizona. That's a tough question. And a lot of that, I'm using my background as a police officer, as a detective to help make that decision. And honestly, my experiences as a real estate agent on choosing where to move to, live in, raise our family came from all of those past experiences and how we can apply that to this huge life change. And that's what I want to help you with today, is helping you decide on what to look for when you're choosing to move to Arizona and that location that best fits you and your family. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Rich Brecklin, your Arizona real estate agent with Real Broker. Now, if you haven't watched this channel before, or maybe you just didn't pick up on it, for 13 years I was in law enforcement. When I left, I was a violent crime detective, and now I solely sell real estate and help my clients. And a lot of my clients are moving here from all around the country, and they have a lot of the same concerns and questions we did when we uprooted our family and moved right here. One of the reasons we moved here and something we looked at for the location we decided to call home is the crime and safety. We came from Peoria, Illinois. It's a small town, 110,000 people, but it's pretty violent, especially you look at per capita. I believe last year they had 34 homicides, which is a lot of homicides when there's only 110,000 people. So that was a huge concern for us of where we were going to call home. We wanted somewhere safe. So in other videos I mentioned, I reached out to some police officer friends out here. I looked online, I read news articles, I went to any type of crime mapping software I could find. I wanted to see exactly what was going on in these areas. And we had a few areas that we were looking at. And I also looked at some of the reviews people leave online. Now, take reviews with a grain of salt, because some people may be nuts and some people are never happy. But that is what led us to call Gilbert home, especially with two daughters. That changes everything when you have kids, especially girls. And dads out there, you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's why we ended up in Gilbert, because through my research and what I felt comfortable with, crime and safety wise, specifically violent crime, Gilbert seemed like the best fit for us on that world. Now again, crime can happen anywhere, even violent crime. You never know what the situation or circumstance is, but on a whole, there's 260, 270,000 people, and per capita, the violent crime level is way less than it is from where we came from. And next, we looked at schools. Now, Arizona gets a bad rap when it comes to their school ranking. Well, that can't be across the board, right? So we went online, or my wife and I did, and we went to greatschools.org, we read reviews, we went to the specific schools that we had narrowed down and read what those reviews were. And all in all, that's what we looked at. So we put all this data together, and that's how we chose almost like this specific neighborhood. And then when it comes to the neighborhood, make sure we're comfortable there. Again, we read reviews, we did a Google search, we did Google mapping. When we were visiting before we actually moved here, we drove around like, all right, could we see ourselves here? Is there anything that stands out to me? Again, history as a police officer, are there payday loan places? Are there bars on windows? Do I see prostitutes on the corner? Those are red flags. You don't have to be a great detective to understand prostitutes on the sidewalk are not great for a neighborhood or for resale. And then looking at opportunity, not just for us, but for our kids. What opportunity does the economy hold, the area, the schools itself, and the opportunity where we came from? There was some opportunity there, but it wasn't like it is here. Again, this is a much larger area. I think there's 4.5 million people in the valley. So that many people, that much more jobs coming into the area, there is going to be more opportunity. So for us, that was another thing we looked at on where we wanted to live. Like I said, we ended up in Gilbert in the East Valley, but there's also a few spots in the West Valley we were looking at too. Gilbert just happened to be, check every box we were looking for. And, touching on opportunity also is the future. What is the future of, the area, the town, the schools, the infrastructure, the businesses, what else is coming there? And, Gilbert may not have all of the big businesses coming there, but, Chandler almost being like the Silicon Valley of the desert with more going on there. Chandler's right next door to Gilbert, so you're gonna see more jobs, more people, driving that economy up, driving home prices up, values just, now we're seeing home prices dip down. But again, the future is there. People and businesses want to be here. Unlike Illinois, we see a lot of businesses leave. I mean, like in Peoria, where Caterpillar World headquarters was there forever, then they uprooted and left, went to the Chicago area, then they eventually left and went to Texas like everyone knew that they would. So that's something I did not want to, plant roots. And again, you can't predict the future. You can't control what you can't control, but you can make the best decision moving forward. And looking at those elements, that's also one factor that led us to land on Gilbert. And obviously, when talking Arizona, location and the weather. I mean, really, you don't have to worry about too many natural disasters other than drought and the extreme heat, but you don't have to worry about hurricanes, or they don't have tornadoes. You get some monsoons, but it's nothing that I honestly am too worried about. The only thing you really got to worry about, like I said, the heat and the drought. And then the location, again, it's close to everything we want to do. And if we need to get back to Illinois, it's a 3-hour flight. But those are just some of the things that we looked at and put together and really compiled the pros, cons, and a ranking list and system when it came to choosing where to live. And we love it. We're so happy that we ended up moving here. I love helping my clients do the same. And if you're looking to move here, buy a home, have questions, even if it's next week or next year, reach out. I'm happy to walk you through that process and then help you uncover what is the best fit for you and your family. And if you want more information, please just comment, drop an email, text, call, whatever works for you. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.